Gonna do a little trail clearing. Marty races XC1A. He's probably gonna punish me.
Hey, so I decided to switch over to the voiceover mic since I found myself a kid-free moment. And as you guys with kids may well know, these kids are crazy! So, since I'm actually able to talk, I'm going to do it through the mic since I'm finding talking and riding to be ever increasingly difficult, but it might be something I get good at eventually. So right there, Marty realized that he has no back brakes, and in typical A-rider fashion, he decided to say, "Get," and continue riding. So I took the lead for a little bit. We're just cutting through this section of trail here. This is pretty opened up already. We're going to get into a little deeper in the cut. He got this little 8-inch Cobalt battery chainsaw. We're going to try to clear some stuff out, and I've been carrying my Sawzall in the back trying to get some trails opened up. So we're just going to cruise around for a little bit and see where we get to. If you see my random hiking shorts and knee pads popping in the video and wondering what's going on, it was 98 record highs in Pennsylvania and like 70% humidity, so we decided to torture ourselves and come in clear on one of the hottest days of the year. So I'm hot, I'm sweaty, I got to pop a vine off, I'm about to get clotheslined, and I guess this is why they say to clear the trail before you go, but I rarely take my own advice. So I do have to say it was good to be getting some seat time in on the new 250 XCW. I think I'm up to like 3 hours on it now, 4 hours, and I'm really loving the bike. When I was younger, I used to always go like all out, and we would ride these like short, hard hits as hard as we could, and then we just take a break when we got tired. But now that I'm getting a little older, and I probably should have rode like this forever, but we're doing some longer rides, trying to get some cardio in. And like I was saying, Marty races XC1A, so he's used to riding for 2.5 hours at a clip. But I certainly am not. I used to run cross country when I was in high school and track. Did sports and stuff. It was always good for keeping my cardio up, but as the years went by and adulting happened and stuff, kind of been slacking on my cardio overall, so it's good to get it in one way or another, and the bike's a great way to do it because I don't notice I'm miserable on the bike. I'm usually enjoying riding it even if I'm pushing myself. So here we are now. We finally entered the cut, and we're just back in the woods trying to run through some old trails probably haven't been run through for years. And I was hoping we'd get some like good ground to cover and just kind of have to beat it back in, but we probably didn't make it more than 50 or 100 yards at a time before we had to stop and start clearing stuff out again. So this is where we started working on the trail, getting stuff opened up. And here's this little battery chainsaw Marty got. I was real skeptical at first that it was going to be able to do much of anything at all, but actually proved to be pretty handy, especially for these smaller trees that fell across the trail and stuff. And it's compact enough you can fit it in your camel pack, so it's real nice for carrying around and getting through some of this stuff. And then on my back I have my Sawzall that I've been trying to use to clear what I can. I also noticed that every one of these stops makes this look incredibly easy, but I think we were at every stop for like 20 or 30 minutes clearing out brush, trying to cut vines and get things untangled and whatever else, but always pick one branch and throw it in the video, and it's like the whole job's done. This mix of the log and the tall grass isn't the best recipe for good traction here, so we're trying to get swung up over it. Listen to this dude breathing. He sounds like a water buffalo. What an out-of-shape slop. Here's my single branch for the whole clear out that I decided to make famous from this one. And then from here on out, we gotta go and just hit some trails because we did want to get some actual riding in for the day instead of just cruising every couple feet and stopping and clearing trails. Plus, I think I was about to have a heat stroke, but I could get some air moving over me because it was so hot today. So I'm noticing, I'm not sure if it's a product of me getting a little bit older in my age. I'm not real old, I'm only 32, still got some life in me, but if it's my age or the bike, but I'm starting to enjoy this kind of just hauling off in the woods and exploring and doing some enduro riding more than the, you know, blazing down the trails flat out. It's just so much fun on this 250 to get out and rip around, and the bike is really nice. It's really at home in the woods. I'm somebody that's ridden like Japanese MX bikes in the woods my whole life, so I had no idea really how this enduro bike was going to feel and how the setup was, but for doing the stuff that we do around here, I love it. I don't know, you know, if there's different terrain all across the country. There's guys riding dunes in the desert, there's guys riding stuff like this, but for East Coast on these tight trails with all the clay, all the rocks, all the roots, this bike is really comfortable, and I love the gearing of it too. I've always battled arm pump like forever, and I think one of the things that's the beauty of the two-stroke, even though so many people ride four-strokes these days, is whenever you're in this kind of tight, rocky, ruddy type terrain, you can run up a gear or two, which you'll probably hear me doing in the video. It's not screaming like you typically want to hear a two-stroke, but it tames the bike down so that you can kind of have a less powerful machine through that tight technical stuff, and then when you hit the open trail you can just open it up and get all the power that you need. So for me it's been super beneficial, especially coming off of a 450, which wasn't a bike I needed, you know, which I feel like every rider has that experience at some point where they're like, oh dude, I'm gonna get a 450, it's gonna rip, it's gonna be so much fun. And I did love it on the kind of, you know, open trails where you could use its power if you're in the middle of a hill climb. It would dig you out at anything, but for me especially, I weigh like probably $180, $185 when I got all my gear on, and in this type of stuff where you're riding around in second, third gear most of the time, it's so much machine for what you're doing. And then once if I got arm pump, I had a really hard time. I know there's guys that can ride them, there's guys that can use the power, but I'm not one of them, and I'm having a ton of fun on this bike, going out and being able to just continue riding, continue cruising, save my energy, and it's been super awesome. I lucked out too, and I caught this 24, it's a TBI. They had a sale going, they marked them down $2,600 because the new ones were coming in for the year, and then KTM was running a financing event, so it was kind of a no-brainer to buy it. If I was going to buy it, it was the time to do it. And a lot of guys, they seem to shy away from the oil injection, but I'm really liking it because the bike's not loading up, it's not trying to bog down. I'm not worried about fouling plugs really outside of getting it warmed up. And there's her first spill right there, got her first scratches on her.
I think I put the bark busters on.
I'm going to continue running it with the pump for now, keep an eye on things. I usually don't wait on the oil light to come on. I just throw the oil in it, you know, every 2 or 3 tanks of gas, make sure it's topped up, because I do worry about the light burning out or the level sensor not working right. But as far as it goes, if it's got oil in it, I'm just going to keep running it how it is. It's been running great, so I'm a big fan. So the rest of the video is just cruising around, hitting some trails, hit some couple little hill climbs at the end. They're decent in person, but on camera, as per tradition, they look like almost absolutely nothing. But just some ripping around for the rest of the video. I've probably rambled on enough, so I'm going to put this one up, and hopefully when I get some of my other buddies out here and we go on some bigger rides and stuff, I'll keep spitting them out. I used to really enjoy doing these on YouTube and being able to look back on our rides and see the stuff we enjoyed. So I'm just going to leave this rest of the video long and play out. I'll be able to see any other spots on the trails that I wanted to get cleared. So I'll catch you guys on the next one. Take it easy.